Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up to the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Baldwin speaking to you from our news helicopter. We're about to fly directly over the fabulous Beverly Hills estate of Mr. Jed Clampett. There's the beautiful front lawn, which the Clampetts almost plowed up and planted in crops. There's the tree that Ellie Mae climbs. And right down there someplace is where Granny hides her still. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that magnificent mansion is occupied by one of the strangest families of millionaires ever to migrate to Beverly Hills. No wonder people call them the Beverly Hillbillies. Now, coming into view on your left is the tennis court, which Mr. Clampett converted into a stock pen and filled with cows and goats and chickens. Yes, for 2 years, Mr. Clampett has been the center of controversy in Beverly Hills. Now it appears he has become a center of controversy in nearby Hollywood, where, through his banker, he has obtained control of Mammoth Pictures, one of the pioneer movie studios. Now, Mr. Clampett finds himself torn between those who wish to preserve this historic motion picture landmark and those who wish to tear it down, namely his banker, Mr. Milburn Drysdale.
Mammoth Pictures is losing money, and it's tying up a valuable parcel of real estate. I say let's bulldoze it and build Clampett City.
And now, speaking from her office in Hollywood is someone who opposes Mr. Drysdale's views, the famous columnist, Miss Hedda Hopper.
I have not met this Eastern financier, Mr. J.D. Clampett, but I would like to say to him that Mammoth Pictures is more than just a valuable piece of real estate. It's a priceless chapter of Hollywood history, written by stars whom the world will never, never forget. I intend to seek him out and do my best to convince him that a studio so rich in memories should and must be preserved.
Thank you, Miss Hopper, and good luck. Now, I say good luck because our news staff has been unable to locate Mr. Clampett. He and his family have dropped from sight just when the fate of the studio hangs on his decision, particularly the western set located here on the back lot. It is here that Drysdale has announced that he will begin construction. Now, will this movie set be replaced by 40-story skyscrapers? Only Mr. Clampett can answer that question, and he has disappeared. And on that note of mystery, we return you now to our studios. This is Bill Baldwin in Newscopter 1.
What is it, Jed?
There, whirlybird. Yonder he goes.
You reckon he'll come back here and settle down in Clampett City?
I don't even think this is Clampett City.
Well, it must be, Jethro. This is where Mr. Drysdale said he was going to commence building it.
Well, he stopped pretty near before he commenced. Our general store's the only one that's got any insides, and we done that.
Well, maybe that's the way they build towns hereabouts. Mr. Drysdale said around Hollywood, all you gotta do is put up a big front.
He said something else, too. He said over 1,000 people a day was moving into this part of California. How come nobody's moving along our road?
I'm wondering that myself. Now, we know that the studio is up that way, but we don't know where the road leads to that way.
I do. Leads to a big high fence.
Fence?
Yeah. There's a gate that goes clean across the road with 4 or 5 padlocks on it and a sign that says keep out, no trespassing.
How come you didn't tell us about this before?
Hold on, Granny. Maybe the boy had a good reason. Did you have a good reason for not telling us, Jethro?
Yes, sir.
You see? All right. Let's hear it.
I forgot.
Go to it, Granny.
I'm on the Western Street out at Mammoth Pictures. I got a tip I'd find J.D. Clampett here. But so far, the place looks deserted. I'll make another run and call you back. Goodbye.
Granny, come quick. Granny, poor Jethro must have gotten them locks off the gate. Yonder comes our first car.
Praise be, settlers at last. Is it a big family?
Well, it appears like just one woman.
Yeah, but she's looking for a man.
Well, how'd you know?
That's a courting hat if I ever seen one.
Yeah, just like Aunt Pearl used to wear.
Howdy. Welcome to town. Ellie, run draw off some cider. I'm Granny.
I'm Hedda Hopper. I'm looking for a man, and I was told I'd find him here.
And you will. We'll help you. Now, would you like a nice dirt farmer? A storekeeper, a butcher, or a baker?
No, I happen to be looking for a millionaire.
Millionaire? Well, honey, you better lower your sights a little.
What?
Well, at your age, if you can't get cream, don't turn down milk.
I'm afraid I've come to the wrong place. Thank you.
Oh, come on now. I'm sorry I ruffled your feathers. Come in and have a glass of cider. It'll help you find a man.
The only man I'm interested in finding is Mr. J.D. Clampett.
Oh, so he's the millionaire you got your courting hat set for.
My what?
Your courting hat. Don't tell me you wear a window box like that every day.
I do, and I have for 30 years. Mr. Clampett? Mr. Clampett?
30 years she's been trying. Lord love her.
Whose car, Granny?
Some highfalutin husband hunter by the name of Hedda Hopper.
Husband hunter, huh? That ought to put some life into town.
Hold on, Jed. You're the husband she's a hunting.
Me?
Spoke for you by name. Said she wouldn't settle for nothing less than a millionaire.
Come on, Jethro, let's get out of here.
Well, that's my pa right there.
Howdy, ma'am.
You are J.D. Clampett?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd never take you for a millionaire.
Well, take him or leave him. He's the only one in town.
Granny.
I simply meant I would never pick him to be the owner of this studio.
Hell, nobody picked you to pick him. And how come you to be so all-fired choicey? You're a 30-year loser yourself.
Mr. Clampett, is there some place we can go where we can be alone?
Ma'am, you don't want to be alone with me.
I do. I must talk to you. Let's take my car and go for a drive. I'll show you Hollywood. We'll share its history and romance.
Ma'am, if it's a drive you want, let's go in my car. Jethro will be along. To do the driving, I mean. That'll leave us free for talking and sightseeing. Here, Jethro, help Miss Hopper to hop on.
Come on, Miss Hopper. Here we go. There.
Oh.
You can see Danny from up there.
Oh. Can we get to Hollywood in this?
You betcha we can. Jethro knows a shortcut. Let her rip, boy.
Yeah.
She sure is a hanging on to her courting hat.
Lot of good it'll do her. She won't get no courting done on that ride.
Especially with Jethro taking his shortcut.
That poor city woman won't know which to save, her hat or her hide.
Hang on, Miss Hopper. The road takes a little dip here. Well, here we are, Miss Hopper, safe and sound.
Yes. If you don't mind, I'd like a moment to verify that.
Hey, Uncle Jed, that sign says this here is a Chinese theater.
You don't reckon she's fixing to show us a Chinese movie?
I sure hope not.
I know it's kind of late to be telling you, Miss Hopper, but me and Jethro don't speak Chinese.
Only the architecture is Chinese. This is one of the famous Hollywood landmarks I was telling you about.
Oh, I see.
Now, Mr. Clampett, I want you to walk up there into that forecourt and look at those footprints in the cement. And then what I have to say will mean so much more to you.
All right. Come on, Jethro. Oh, ain't you counting, Miss Hopper?
No, I'll just sit here and catch my breath.
All right.
And hope that Luella Parsons doesn't drive by and see me.
I wish you'd look at this. Somebody has sure gone and messed up this poor man's cement.
Looks like there was a whole bunch of them.
Bold rascals, too. Wasn't enough for them to go tromping through it with their feet. They had to stick their hands in it, too, and write their names.
Uncle Jed, it was movie stars that done this.
No.
Yeah, look at here.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Good luck, Sid. Douglas Fairbanks. Hey, who you reckon Sid is?
Don't know.
Hey, and look at there. Look at right there. Mary Pickford.
Well, I can't believe it. Mary Pickford. Clara Bow, yeah. She's a little cut-up, frisky as a kitten. But sweet little Mary.
Hey, Uncle Jed, come here. Look at this. Come here. Right there, Tom Mix.
Why, even his horse stuck his foot in the cement.
Old Tom must have dropped his gun in it, too.
There's Norma Talmadge.
Gloria Swanson.
Bill Hart was in on it, too.
Hey, and there's some woman by the name of Betty Grable. Stuck her whole leg in it. Hey, Uncle Jed, how do you figure this happened?
Well, the way I got it figured, they was having one of them what they call Hollywood premieres, where all the stars get together. And they seen this sign, the wet cement, keep off. Well, and somebody made the mistake of daring Doug Fairbanks to stick his foot in it.
Yeah?
Well, you know Doug Fairbanks, he never takes a dare from nobody.
That's true.
And he likely dared Bill Hart, Tom Mix, and you know them, they spunky as he is.
Yeah?
Well, then everybody got to daring and double dog daring everybody else. And the first thing you know, they was all going to it hand and foot. Even sweet little Mary Pickford.
Uncle Jed, who could that feller Sid be? I mean, every one of these stars wrote to Sid or High Sid or something like that.
Well, the way I got it figured, he must have been the fella that throwed the first dare. Well, Miss Hopper, that sure is a sight to see.
Oh, I'm glad it impressed you, Mr. Clampett, because many of those people were your stars.
Mine?
Do you want those famous stars to be remembered only by their footprints in that cement?
Oh, no, ma'am, I don't.
Then get busy, man. Get busy. It's your responsibility. Goodbye.
Hey, wait a minute, Miss Hopper. I'll drive you back to your car.
No, my office is just down there. I'll send for my car. Bye.
Bye. Well, Jethro, you heard what she said. It was my stars done that.
Yes, sir. And it's your responsibility.
Well, I reckon there's only one thing for me to do. I gotta mix up a batch of cement and smooth out that mess. Come on.
That's Hedda Hopper's car. She's in there right now trying to influence Jed Clampett. Well, by golly, I'm not going to tolerate her interference for 1 second longer. She's coming between my bank and millions, and she's going to get clobbered.
Miss Hopper? Miss Hopper, are you here?
No, Miss Hopper ain't here.
And a good thing for her, too.
Say, just who is she anyway?
She's a troublemaker.
She's a very famous woman, Granny. She's in hundreds of newspapers.
Land sakes, what did she do, rob a bank?
Yes, mine.
Miss Hopper writes for the newspapers, Granny. All about movie stars.
Do tell. Do you reckon she knows him well enough to talk to him?
Oh, indeed she does.
Do you reckon she talked to one of them about making a movie for Jed's studio?
Oh, I'm sure of it. Who is it?
Lillian Gish. I'll never forget that picture that she was in where she was an orphan and her old granny was sick and John Barrymore was gonna foreclose the mortgage. And then old Bill Hart came a-riding in to save him. Nita Naldi vamped him. And it took Rudolph Valentino to save the whole kit and caboodle of him.
Granny, I'm afraid your memory's a bit faulty. Those stars never appeared together.
They didn't?
No.
Well, then it's high time they did. You have Miss Hopper talk to him.
Granny, I'm afraid that's impossible. You see, most of those stars don't make movies anymore.
Bill Hart don't make movies no more? John Barrymore? Nita Naldi? Rudolph Valentino? Well, if that don't take the fat off of the hog. Jed buys a movie studio just when everybody stopped making movies.
Hey, Uncle Jed, this is all the cement we got left.
That's just about enough to take care of Mary Pickford.
Want me to run home and mix another tub?
Better mix a couple of tubs, Jethro. I still got a whole slew of movie stars to fill in. Tom Edge, Tom Mix, Gloria Swanson.
Yes, sir. I'll fetch back plenty. Hey, you want me to make up a sign saying wet cement, keep off?
Oh, don't do that. That's what got these Hollywood cut-ups to going in the first place. Folks, would you mind to step back a little? You're standing right on Mary Pickford. Thank you. Much obliged. Mary, you little rascal. If Granny ever seen this, she'd take you across her knee. Be kind of careful, would you, Mr. Policeman? We've had a lot of trouble with folks tracking up wet cement around here.
You know whose footprints you're covering up?
Do you?
Yeah. It's Mary Pickford.
Well, now, go kind of easy on her, won't you, Mr. Policeman? I think she just got caught up in a game of follow the leader. I'll have it right as rain in no time at all.
You will?
You give me another hour and there won't be a footprint in this whole place, and that's a promise.
Excuse me. Don't go away.
Who is it?
Another one of those characters from the Hollywood Hills. All that bulldozing up there is really flushing them out. Think we should run them in? I'll do that. You get a hose and wash out these footprints before the cement starts to set up.
Right.
Well, that's all I can do till I get some more cement.
Oh, well, in that case, why don't you come down to headquarters with me?
What for?
Oh, there's some people there would like to talk to you and take your picture and your fingerprints.
Well, thank you, but it ain't me that deserves the credit for this. It's Hedda Hopper.
Hedda Hopper?
Yeah, she brung me here and gave me the idea.
Really? Well, in that case, we'll stop by and pick up Miss Hopper, too.
Oh, good, because I want her to have the praise.
Oh, we'll see that she gets it.
Careful of the wet cement, folks.
Thank you, Miss Hopper. I'll leave him in your custody.
Goodbye, officer.
I think I see what you mean now, Miss Hopper. It's up to me to make the kind of pictures that these folks used to make.
Well, that's it exactly. Great pictures with great stars. Bring back those days when Mammoth was the pride of Hollywood.
Did Bill Hart make pictures there?
Right on the very street where Mr. Drysdale wants to bulldoze. He used to hitch his horse where your general store is now.
Well, doggy. Miss Hopper, we're gonna do what you say. Make great pictures with great stars.
Oh, bless you, Mr. Clampett.
Well, I'm afraid that'll have to wait, ma'am. I got work to do.
That's what I thought, Jed. But Bill Hart don't make movies no more.
He don't?
Nor John Barrymore, nor Nita Naldi, nor Rudolph Valentino. None of them big movie stars.
Gonna be harder than I figured to make them great pictures. But I give my word to Ms. Hopper, so one way or another, it's got to be done.
Bill Baldwin in our newscopter again, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it looks as though Mr. Drysdale has lost and Hedda Hopper has won. Down below us, the western street of Mammoth Pictures is once again the scene of movie-making activity as Drysdale's bulldozer stands idly by. Mammoth has not yet released the title of the picture they're shooting, but it's safe to say that Miss Hedda Hopper will be the first to see it.
Oh, yes, Miss Hopper, the Executive Theater.
Sit down, Miss Hopper. I hope you're going to like our picture.
But this is incredible. Wasn't it yesterday morning that we first spoke of this?
Yes, ma'am. But on account of this being our first movie, it took us the better part of a whole day to make it. Let her roll!
Excuse me.
Where are you going, Miss Hopper?
Over to that western street. Someday Hollywood's going to thank me for this. Charge!
it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here.
This has been a Filmways presentation.